I am back from an excellent vacation in Switzerland. Got some really cool shots. Hopefully, I'll be making some videos with some of those photos here in a few weeks. But I wanted to share my thoughts on the new update for the Adobe Creative Cloud apps. My first recommendation to you guys is do not update. Now, if you are a very casual user of Premiere or After Effects, you might not run into any problems. But if you were doing kind of some more advanced, using kind of all the tools that are available in these different software applications, then you probably want to avoid this update, at least for the time being. There are really cool features that you might think you need, or maybe you know you need right now. So if that's you, then update. But there are some bugs, some quirks that I've already come across in just the first day of using the new updated Premiere and After Effects and SpeedGrade specifically. It's been very frustrating, and it's not something I'd wish on anyone. In most cases, I'd always recommend staying away from new software updates when they first come out. Give it a month, couple months, 3 months. If you've got a system that's working and it's not broken, don't feel like you need to upgrade right away to the newest, latest, greatest thing, because usually right out of the gate there are bugs. It happens with Adobe, with Apple, with Microsoft, with pretty much everybody. There are always those bugs because they can't test everything. But the specific stuff that I've run into is an issue where SpeedGrade is not remembering the looks. When it's dynamic linking back and forth between Premiere, you'll send something over to SpeedGrade, you can color it, you send it back to Premiere, and then you go back to SpeedGrade and try and make tweaks, and it throws it all away. It goes back to square one, and it's really frustrating because there doesn't seem to be an exact workaround just yet. We have contacted Adobe to let them know that this is an issue, so hopefully they're on it. They're usually pretty good about that stuff, but definitely frustrating. Other stuff that I've seen in After Effects, I like to preview my audio while I'm doing stuff, whether it's motion graphics or whatnot, so I can time things out to the audio. Usually I'm trying to match something up, and the preview, it used to work perfectly. You'd hit the shortcut for the preview of the audio, and it would start playing the audio. Well, now for whatever reason, I don't know if it's my machine specifically or what the deal is, but it's skipping like the first 12 frames of audio and picking up like halfway through. And so you're like, all right, I want to start here. Like, what are they saying right here? And you hit the button and then it skips ahead like 12 frames. So you got to like go before where you actually want to know, just so it skips ahead to the right part. And it's a minor thing, but it's really inconvenient. And one other issue I ran into, I restarted both Premiere and After Effects, and that seemed to fix it for the time being, but I don't know if it's a continual thing that's going to keep popping up. But I was dynamic linking between After Effects and Premiere, which normally works pretty well, as long as you're not doing anything too complex. And in previous versions, you'd be able to adjust your composition length or the duration of the composition in After Effects, and then in Premiere, your handle you could drag to get the new time or whatever. You extend the comp in After Effects, and in Premiere you can drag it to get that extra time. Well, that was totally broken for me today. I was extending the comp length in After Effects, and Premiere was just not having it. It still said it was like 20 seconds. I'm like, no, it's 25. I just updated it. I'm saving. I'm offlining my media and relinking and re-importing and trying everything I can, and it wasn't working. And so I finally just restarted Premiere and After Effects, and that seemed to fix it. But I don't know if I'm going to make more adjustments, if it's going to happen again where I'm going to say, okay, now it's 30 seconds, and Premiere's like, nope, it's still 25. So it's stuff like that where you just don't want to have to deal with those bugs, especially if you're working every day like I usually am. And it's just frustrating. You don't want to have to deal with it. So I'd say give it a little bit. Let Adobe kind of sort through some of these bugs. If you want to download it and test it out and see if it works, I'd highly recommend, if you've run into those bugs, send them to Adobe, because it doesn't help anything if you encounter it and then you don't say anything about it. We need to they need that input. They need to hear it from us, because the stuff that we were sending over, they were like, oh, we didn't even know this was a problem. So if you want to take the risk and download it, I'd recommend doing it, but just keeping older versions and not doing it on any like active projects. Play around with it, see if you come across anything else. Everyone uses these software applications in different ways, so it's usually good to get that initial feedback from the beta testers, if you will. You'd think they would like do beta testing. I probably do, but man, this stuff is like things that worked, and they have been working for multiple generations of this software. Is like now it's just totally broken. Or like the audio preview in After Effects. I'm like, how does that get messed up? But I'm not a software coder, so I'm sure it's more complicated than I'm making it out to be. But like I said, if you run into anything, let Adobe know, because I want software that works. I want it to work right and be stable and smooth and seamless all the time.